with coverage you can count on. This is WNEM TV5 News.
Days of haze no more, at least for now. The wildfire smoke from Canada that has sickened some and prompted lawmakers to ask our northerly neighbors to take action is finally starting to clear. Thanks for joining us for the news at 5:30. I'm Chet Davis.
And I'm Elise Ramey. I learned how deep the health risks of the wildfire smoke truly go and what happens now that there's a little bit of a break from all that smoke.
But we're at the end of the tunnel, we believe, for this most recent episode.
Hopefully we can finally turn the channel on the haze and dirty air we've become accustomed to over the summer. Alec Konecki, a meteorologist with Michigan Eagles Air Quality Division, says it is finally clearing in most of lower Michigan after several consecutive days of poor air quality advisories.
But what we saw really pretty regularly, like I said, early this summer, back in 2023, we had low pressure systems come through with cold fronts, storms and everything with that. So on the backside of those cold fronts, you have sinking air. So if that smoke is up in the upper atmosphere, it's just basically getting wrapped around that cold front and being dropped down towards the surface.
According to Canadian officials, there are over 760 active wildfires there. More than 200 of them are out of control. Those represent the red dots on this map. You can see in the province Manitoba, one of the areas strongly impacting us, there is a lot of red. Yellow represents the fires that are being held but not yet under control.
Just recently, last 1 week has been very heavy smoke, and even the rains are not helping.
Away from trees and nature. That's how Dr. Suresh Ani's patients might have spent their time this week. He says the body's natural defenses typically block large particles, but it's the little ones in the air that can get into the lungs and potentially the bloodstream.
Smaller particles, that's particles between 2 microns and 5 micron size, they just airborne for a long time. Those particles, when you breathe in, they go all the way deep into the lungs, into the almost the smallest airways, where it stimulates and it irritates the mucous membrane.
If you have asthma or any other respiratory condition, he says the effects can be worse for you.
Because it is irritating the mucous membrane that causes more of an inflammation. Once you get an inflammation there, that airways are very twitchy. So in asthmatics, they're already prone to develop that inflammation.
But what specific toxins are in the atmosphere? Konecki says experts aren't exactly sure at this stage, but can generalize based on what is naturally occurring.
But the potential toxins and other pollutants within PM2.5, like I said, it's kind of a big blanket term, are benzene, it could be formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, acrolein. That's the other stuff that's just the biomass burning that occurs naturally within nature.
He says other atmospheric chemical reactions make it difficult to nail down exactly what's within the smoke plume. So will Canadian wildfire smoke be a potential issue for kids returning to school? That's something to keep on your radar.
The rest of the summer, next couple of weeks, we'll just kind of have to wait and see. It just kind of depends on the weather patterns that come in, the prevailing weather patterns, the wind patterns. Because when we get that northwest wind, there's a good chance that smoke could return towards Michigan.
And he says that if poor air quality rears its ugly head again, stay inside, especially if you're more sensitive to air pollution. Close your windows, run the AC if you have it. If you need to be outside, trust and listen to your body. And the health department recommends a KN95 mask if you have to be outside for a long period of time and are more sensitive to the air.